What's going on, guys? I got the Beeman BP50 out here. The cats keep on wanting to see what I'm doing, so they'll probably be in the video, but I'm not trying to make them a part of this or anything. So this is the MCS Devastators. I'm gonna muzzle load these into the Beeman. I already have one in here currently. You can see it in there, the red outline of it. Let's see, you can see it pretty clearly. This isn't pressurized right now. I am going to pressurize it. It's about 68 degrees Fahrenheit out here, so it's not warm. This CO2 canister has been inside the house. It's also not warm inside the house. And I'm just going to shoot at the box over there. Fix my lights and stuff. I have a headlamp on. I was going to do this earlier, but it was kind of warm out here, but it's pretty nice right now. So here is the Beeman. I have not pressurized this yet. So this is a Crossman CO2 12-gram cartridge. There it is. And yeah, so you wouldn't necessarily want to do this if you're going to use this in an emergency. I just want to see what the Joules output is. I tried this one time, like a day after I bought the Beeman, but I haven't tried it since. So I'm gonna shoot this, reload a muzzle load a Devastator in there, and then shoot it again, and then yeah, just keep doing it. This is a 4.6 gram Devastator, 284. So I'm gonna reload this, and I'll be right back. So how you do this, you carefully want to put the Devastator in here. This is charged, so you don't want to be pushing the trigger or nothing, and you will not want to put this pointed toward your face. So minimally, push the thing in the front. I've been shooting a lot of stuff through my Beeman, so these aren't like a super easy glide through here, but they're decently easy. And if you mess up muzzle loading this and it flips or something, you'll have to take apart the Beeman and fix it. So I'm going to be right back. Alright, so I just use like a wooden chopstick or a wooden dowel, and you can see the Devastator in there. It's aligned pretty decently. This has been pressurized for about a minute. I just have some like random nylon balls in there. So I'm going to take this back over here to my shooting area and shoot this one more time. So the first one was 284. If it was a hot day or if it was warm out here, it'd probably be a lot higher. This is the second shot. It's been pressurized for a little bit. 296. Again, that's a 4.6 gram MCS Devastator. So I'm just removing all the ammo from the magazine, putting a couple of them back in the mag just as a spacer. So this is empty right now. There's nothing in there. There's nothing down the front of the barrel. And you just got to load this again through the front. And yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, and you might have to possibly open up your Beeman in case you get this thing flipped in there. If you don't feel comfortable disassembling your Beeman, do not do this, because odds are at some point you're going to have to disassemble it to flip over, to take an ammunition out of there. So I wouldn't recommend doing this. I just want to see, revisit this and see what kind of power I'm getting out of it with the heavier ball, because currently the only thing I have is 2.7 gram alien plate aluminum balls, and then nothing in between that weight and 7.6 gram steel ball bearings. So I just want to see where's a good middle ground for this, because usually when I use the 7.6 gram steel balls that I have, they're 12.3 millimeters on the bore size, and like sometimes they'll hit like 16.5, maybe 17 joules, but I feel like maybe that's too heavy for this pistol. So I'm trying to see, using what I have available on hand, what is like a good weight for this thing to push. I don't have any extra attachments or nothing. This is just an all stock Beeman, aside from the obviously I dyed it, but I just want to see if I can find some sort of ammo heavier than 2.7 grams but lighter than 7.6 grams, some little middleman in between where it still gets 18 to 19 joules or possibly 20 constantly. 310. So that was like a minute pressurized. That was the same, essentially 4.6 gram ammo in there. I'm just emptying this out. I'm going to reload this, and I'll be right back. I don't know what those joules outputs are. Alright, you guys, got this Beeman loaded up. I took the 3 rounds out of the box, and they all got cracked. So those are going in the crack pouch. I'll probably use this as the last one. 4.6 gram MCS Devastator. 298. So it's probably not going to go any higher currently in this weather. It's not going to go any faster than 310. That was a 1.4 gram nylon ball. It's also a 1.4 gram nylon ball. Same thing, 1.4 gram nylon ball. Alright, you guys, these are the 4 Devastators I shot. All of them are cracked or damaged in some way, so not the best. I still want to try buying these random ones I saw from pyramidair.com. They have like shaped ammo that looks really similar to the Devastator. I have alien play balls. I'm going to breech load one. My magazine is a little bit messed up if you haven't seen any of my other content on this little launcher. My magazine kind of cracked in like a certain area that you'll see all that information if you look, but basically I can only hold 7 rounds in my mag the current way it is. And yeah, I'm just going to shoot these. This is the alien play stuff, 2.7 grams, about 12.5 millimeters. 378. This is the same CO2 cartridge. It's been sitting pressurized on the table for a little bit. 360. 346. This is pretty typical for these rounds. If I was just mag dumping and not giving it a chance to recharge or repressurize, it wouldn't be hitting this hard. But since there's like a little bit of gap in between each shot, the numbers were staying consistent pretty good on that first magazine. But now it's dropping pretty fast because that's just how this launcher works. So this is probably the last shot, or I'm already out. 222. So that's it for the ammo. That was, I believe that was about 15 shots. But yeah, since I was letting it charge in between the first 4 shots while I was muzzle loading these Devastators. A lot of the gas got used up. It doesn't usually get more than like 20 shots on a 12 gram CO2 in normal conditions. So that was just a normal, well for me, normal Crossman CO2. I have like 100 of those things. And one thing I've noticed with my Beeman is sometimes I get like little metal shrapnel and stuff from the CO2 tube on my threads of the pierce cap. So I do every once in a while clean off these threads, make sure I don't have any random pieces of metal shavings or whatever in it, and then like I inspect these, and That's just one thing I've noticed with my Beeman. I don't know if that's with everybody's, but it does get little like metal shards from this aluminum tube or whatever this is, and this pierce cap. Sometimes I'll get little random metal debris that's like flaking off or chipping off the threads. So just make sure that yours is cleaned off and stuff. I should get like an old toothbrush and run it in there, clean out some of this. But I usually just run my finger over it a couple times. Or if you have any sort of like resistance when you're putting this back in that doesn't feel normal, like if it feels like scratchy, I would inspect your threads on your CO2 tube, either on the inside right here or on this itself. So yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I wanted to check on this one. So thanks for watching it, and I'll let you guys know if I figure out anything with mine or weights of ammos or whatever, the most optimal stuff to use in this. So far, I'm constantly getting 18 to 19 joules with the alien plays, and with my heavier steel balls, I'm getting like the 7.6 gram steel balls, I'm getting like 16 or so. And if I use the 12.7 millimeter steel balls, the ones that weigh 8.4 grams, they're like slingshot ammo. If I use those, it still gets like 16 grams, so 16 joules. So I feel like there's some weight of ammo in between 2.7 and 7.6 that I tried to make these hit that sweet spot of weight versus joules output. I'll have to see what the joules output is. 310 was the highest, but I mean, it could have shattered while it shot because all these are cracked. And I think 296 or something was the lowest speed that those got, or maybe 280 or something like that. So I'll see what the joule value is once I edit this. And yeah, I'm still looking for some magical round that's like 3, 4, 5, or 6 grams. I feel like maybe 4 grams would be the best for this one, but nobody makes a 4 gram 50 cal ball. It's usually 1.4 gram nylons, 1.8 gram nylons, 2.7 gram aluminum balls, or I think Riot Balls makes like a 3.5 gram steel ball with like a PVC coating, but they're either sold out all the time, or I always see mixed reviews on it saying that it's a really small round, or it's the incorrect round, or they don't weigh the correct amount, or there's always some weird issue with that company. So I'm kind of staying away from buying those. But anyways, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you next time.